down, which is a good thing. Once you get down to a certain depth, you'll feel the sand is actually warmer than it is on the surface at the moment. On a very hot day, it will be cooler. It's a constant temperature, constant temperature.
It's a big tunnel.
Got to be very careful that I don't hurt it or injure it. Now it's almost impossible to see this tunnel. It's gone into a different layer of sand. Sometimes they come back and then they start a new tunnel in a different direction. So don't stand here, because you're going to squash him. Him or her, I don't know yet.
Is she running away?
Look there.
She...
No, there she is.
The tail and the head are together.
Oh, yeah.
So it's turned around,
Yeah.
and it's got the tail
Oh.
right next to there. This is quite a youngish gecko. Let's go away from here. This will be a good place for it to make a new tunnel. Let's go over there. No, I'll walk over that one. Roughly my back would be to where the sun is. So I'm going to go like this. And I'm going to go a bit lower. Just hang on with the photographs, folks. Whoa, 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 whoa. You'll all get an opportunity to take photographs. Let's just let it calm down. We let it calm down first. And we have a look with the eyes. We get the picture in our head first of all. The most important thing in life, get the picture in your head. I want to just explain it to you. Explain it what we're looking at. Okay. If we have a look at this gecko, we can see it's got the original tail. The original tail is the same color and pattern as the rest of the body. Die gleiche Farbe und Muster wie die Reste von die Körper. Eine nachgewachsene Schwanz sieht anders aus. Okay. Now, I can see the transparent skin. Look at the dark there. That's the food it's been eating in the night. It came out last night, dug a new tunnel, and every time they come out, they dig a new tunnel. They don't come out every night. You can see the big eyes, große Augen, and then you can also see the Schwemmhäute, the feet. Okay.
And what's the dark bit between his eyes then? His brain?
Just the color.
Oh.
No, just the color. They're all slightly different. Okay. You can see the Rückengrad kann man sehen. Now you can see the spine. And if it's getting a bit bigger, you might see a blood vessel in the leg. Can't see it now, so clearly. I can't. Okay. Now I'm going to put it on the ground. Bitte, bitte kein Blitz auf die Kamera. Der hat sehr lichtsensitive Augen. It's got very light sensitive eyes. So please don't use the flash. When you think you've got a good picture, then you just let somebody else come in your place in the front here, because that's a good place to take photographs. I'm going to put it on the sand. If it runs underneath your feet, please don't dance around. Just stand still. I'll find it again. There we go. Once again, oops, okay, don't move, don't move, don't move. It's going to be one of those days. Listen here, these are all very nice people. You don't have to be scared of them. Those are not weapons they've got there, those are just cameras, okay? He's never seen anybody before, so what does he think? Yo, what's going on? I want to do a demonstration picture for you to show you what kind of picture you can get. If you don't use the zoom, you get nice quality pictures. Now it's on video at the moment, isn't it? Just okay, photo. Okay, we'll take the zoom away. Then we're going to look at it in the mouth.
It wasn't on zoom.
No, make a little starter hole for him. Put his nose in there. Okay. Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
plants, please.
She was literally seesawing on the top of the dune.
Normally we would have seen a few lizards on the right-hand side of the vehicle, but the sand is still too cold, so they're still under the sand. I haven't seen one trace.
And you're going to tell us about the black stuff. With the blue sky, sorry, the clouds and the colour of the dune.
You can give a plant a common name. If you hold it like that, you can call it a butterfly bush. And you can change the butterfly bush into a Mickey Mouse bush. So you can call it anything you like. But if you have a look at the leaf, you'll see the leaf is green, but it's got a dark coating. This is met wachsbedekt. It's covered in wax. And it's covered in wax for two reasons, for zwei Grund. The first reason is that when the water condenses on the leaf, it cannot stick on the waxy surface. So it drops down into the sand almost immediately. It's got a nice root system. The main root, the taproot, goes down deep to anchor the plant, and it can also look for water which is deeper. And then coming off that taproot, it's got kleinere Wurzeln. Then they come up, smaller roots, they come up and they lie underneath the surface of the sand. They lie horizontally. And those little roots, they will take the water out of the sand, and they bring it back and they store it in the leaf. And once again, like all succulents, the leaf is covered in wax, so it doesn't lose moisture through osmosis through the surface of the leaf. Die verliert dan kein Flüssigkeit durch osmosis. And if you scratch the wax off, you can see it changes color. It goes a bit of a darker color, and the fluid will start to come out. But if I break it open, you can see how much fluid there is inside it.
Wow.
Veel Flüssigkeit.
But it's not considered a succulent?
Pardon? It's a succulent.
Succulent?
Yeah, succulent, yeah. Now, the water is not poisonous, but doesn't taste good, and it's very salty. You can drink it, but you shouldn't drink it. Because you know, if you're in a desert, your biggest problem is dehydration. You drink salt water, you'll die. Because it will make you sick. You will bring up everything. You'll lose the moisture that you've got in your body already. So, not a good idea to drink it.
So spent 4 days doing that. Rather have come straight to Swakopmund.
We stayed 2 nights in a place called Grunau, which was actually very nice. I mean, there's nothing in Grunau. Yeah, there's nothing in Grunau, but the guest farm was very nice.
Which one did you stay at?
White House?
White House.
They said that
Oh yeah, wow.
There we go. This is a pregnant female snake.
Yeah, exactly. How did she find it?
Just to look at a different, you know, you just look, you do a quick scan. Oh, there's a little coil mark. You can see that, and then you see the head. Look more closely. snake's very calm.
So now she'll just make a completely new place. She won't go back to this side.
No. Highly unlikely that she'll do that. The geckos as well, they make a new house every time they come out. They don't come out every night, but every time the gecko comes out, they make a new house. So that's not good. Get into a better position maybe if she'll stick on my stick here. Oh. There we go. That's nice to go to. So fast the movements, just move slowly, very slowly. Very slowly. Cloud up there, you can see. Very high, it's above 60,000.
Going over another one. Good.
Very nice, yeah, you can really see nicely. It gives you some depth as you bring this through there. You can see it. Okay, I'm just going to go slowly a little bit closer and put some worms down for it. And then if we stand still, hopefully it will focus on the worms and not on us, because it uses both eyes to look for things, but when it wants to eat, it has to focus on the mealworms with both eyes, so it can get the exact distance which the tongue must come out. Okay, she's looking at the worms. This is a female.
Oh, wow. That was a big yawn.
Looks like a hippopotamus. He's doing his hippo impersonation.
Der Film ist gleich, Alter.
Why don't you want to eat, Michael? She doesn't want to eat. I don't know why.
Ja, hat halt schon. Oder sie.
Okay, she doesn't want to eat. I don't know why. Maybe she's found enough to eat on her own. So if you want to
Maybe
go a
she
little
wants
bit
some
closer to
silverfish.
take pictures, not everybody at the same time, perhaps just go a little bit closer, take 1 or 2 pics and then come back again. Don't want her to move away from here.
But has she been living here for a while in this area?
No, it's been young now. I saw her 2 days ago.
I had no idea. I didn't know what one looked like. I had no idea what we were looking for.
They seem to think they're green. That's
Yeah.
the colour you see on
Well,
top.
yes, yeah,
I
but the
expected it to be
green
flat
community
like
is not very well camouflaged.
I expected her to be flat like a lizard.
I didn't bring my glasses. I don't want to go back and find got half a chameleon.
Maar nu langzaam bewegen.
Oh, I see her. Ja, hat das geschmeckt?
stetig bewegen, oder? Überwachung haben, ja.
Bewegt sich auch so schnell die Steine.
Like, where does she live?
Pardon?
Where does she live?
She slept there last night. You can see the tracks over there, just next to that big stone. This is where they live. You know? These are the yellow dune fields. Then at the bottom you've got the white sand, and then on certain dunes you've got darker colors. I'm going to start on one side and I'll show you here. Look at the difference between the yellow and the white. What do you see is the difference? Eine is grob en eine is fijn. In terms of erosion is die grobe is dan die jongere en die fijne is dan die oudere.
Ja.
In terms of erosion, the coarse one is young and the finer one is old.
So der feine ist.
See that? Okay. And it takes time to get made smaller. It gets worn down. So that's how we can
Die
age it.
Kamera hat ja auch schon was erlebt.
Now, when you get older, you change color.
But normally get wider.
No, but yeah, you get finer. It happens with people as well. You change color, but you get finer. Okay, there we go. Against the darker background, you can more clearly see the difference in the color. Now, the majority of the sand in the sand dunes is made up of the smaller grain of sand because that's the one that the wind can move. Okay. It's more difficult for the wind to move the white one. But you'll see the really coarse ones down there or down the bottom, and some of them that are just before they've changed color, they got a little bit smaller. The wind has managed to move them up the dune a little bit. But normally the white sands at the bottom, want die wind is niks voor einfach voor die wind om net te bewegen. Not so easy for the wind to move it.
Of course,
Then back into the land. So if one has a look at the map of Namibia again, if that's the Kunini, sort of draw a small map, you've got Walvis Bay, Ludritz, and then the Orange River. Now the Benguela current comes up from south to north. And where it comes here close to the Orange River mouth, picks up that sand, brings it closer to the shoreline here from Ludritz to Walvis Bay. When it gets to Walvis Bay, it moves away, and then approximately 600 kilometers north of Swakopmund, it comes close to the shoreline again, and there you've got sand dunes again up there. Here, the Koiseb River comes down here. All this sand that's pushed out here, fine, makes sand dunes that go all the way up to the side of the Koiseb, and then they go up to Sossusvlei, 75 kilometers away from the coast, and now you get a difference in the sand at Sossusvlei because here the coastal wind is coming in this direction. A strong winds come in this direction, so it's blowing it up this way. But here, that coastal wind effect is not as great anymore because now you're getting the winds from inland, and they are blowing the sand dunes different directions. You get wind blowing that way, that way, that way, and that way. Look what happens to the dune. It changes shape. And it changes color because it's further away from the coast. It's an older dune. It takes many, many years to get that far away from the coast. Okay. Now, we've got a metal in the dune here, the black I'm going to show you just now, and that's called magnetite. In Deutsch, Magnetite. Fe3O4. Fe3O4 is its chemical composition. And it's an iron oxide. So let's have a look at iron oxide. Fe3O4. Now the oxide is protecting it from rusting. Why? It comes out of the ocean and it's metal. I can prove to you this metal sticks to a magnet. Why doesn't it rust? Because it's iron oxide. Once that metal, over a period of time, all these chemicals have a life. And once that gets old, and like a Sossusvlei, it might have taken hundreds of thousands of years to get out there, then the oxide oxidizes, the sand oxidizes. That oxide goes up into the air, and then you're just left with plain Fe. So you've got O4 is gone, so you take the 3 away because you don't need that. There's nothing to compare it with anymore. So you just got plain Fe, which is iron, and then it rusts, and then it gives off that orangey rust brown color. It gives that color off onto the yellow grains of sand, making them that color which you see at Sossusvlei and in the Kalahari.
from the top. So I did the hill first and from the other side, so I didn't see Deadway until I actually climbed, and I went down that side. Some people are going about 12 o'clock to climb that. What time did you go?
12 o'clock.
That's hot.
Well, it's the same thing. Well, it's the, what is it? Mad Dogs in English?
Yeah.
Mad Dogs at dawn.
Yeah, well, I thought it was to make that.